Greetings, my name is Owen Ryder, and I am the author of the Christian book, The Hourglass by Owen Ryder. One of the most unfortunate byproducts of our fallen world is the damage left behind, which we must contend with psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually. Sort of like trying to put a puzzle together in the dark, in order that we might come to some semblance of understanding as to what is going on within us, as well as all around us. And though we have little or no control as to what goes on around us, we can control what eternally happens to us as created souls. For as I have shared in previous videos, the physical realm has been scientifically proven to be units of subatomic matter that our earthbound dimensional limitations prevent us from completely understanding. And our own personal existence, eternally and otherwise, is no less tied into this spiritual reality. In the Gospel of John, in the 18th chapter, we find ourselves on the cusp of Jesus' death as the Jewish religious hierarchy, who, having deemed him a threat to their power, have saw fit to deliver him to Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, in order to have him killed. More than likely a bureaucratic political appointee, Pilate probably knew little or nothing of Jesus, let alone of the spiritual and physical impact of his life, death, and resurrection. Beginning in chapter 19, after having examined Christ's situation, Pilate has Jesus viciously whipped as the alternative to the death sentence which the Jews wanted. Pilate eventually presents Christ back to the crowd and proclaims that he found no fault in him. In verse 7, the Jews say to Pilate that he needs to die because he referred to himself as the Son of God, which caused great fear to come upon Pilate. He then goes to Christ and says, "Where are you from?" To which Jesus does not reply. In verse 10, Pilate says to Jesus, "Don't you know I have the power to grant you life or death?" To which Jesus replies, and I quote, "You have no power, but what has been granted you from above, and those who brought me here bear the most guilt." End quote. To which Pilate thus seeks to have Christ released. Nevertheless, the crowd persists, saying Jesus was trying to be a king above Caesar, to which Pilate, for the sake of his own political well-being, has Jesus crucified. When he was initially presented to Pilate in chapter 19, Pilate asked Jesus if he were a king, to which Jesus replies in verse 37, and I quote, "You say that I am a king. For this purpose I was born, and for this purpose I have come into this world, to bear witness to the truth. Everyone who is of the truth listens to my voice." End quote. Pilate's response is, "What is truth?" And as to the larger issues of life, such as what I touch on in this video series, Pontius Pilate, like so many people, do not know the truth as it relates to eternity. In regarding this lack of eternal understanding, self-preservation, as well as self-affirmation, are two of the fallen human condition's chief characteristics, whether that refers to physical survival, the natural instinct to live rather than die, or the need to be seen as better or above others, even if that consists of being knowingly or unknowingly grounded in something other than reality. My name is Owen Ryder. Thanks for listening.